left here.
Chuck, I believe they've got the coin toss completed now. They're coming to set up for the introduction of the teams, the national anthem. Our announcer and singer tonight, Odell Hopkins, and if you haven't heard him sing before, hold on. This will be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, our team for this evening will be Middle Tennessee State University and Mississippi State University, and the players are as follows. Goalie, Jason Ezel. Number 2, Eric Lusk. Number 3, Eric Shelton. Number 4, Tommy Cochran. Number 13, Captain P.J. Lacasic. Number 6, Ben Jordan. Number 11, J.P. Lorensky. Number 7 is co-captain Alan Oates. Number 9 is Brad LeBeau. Number 16 is Casey Shea. And number 12 is Ali Sharabe. Those are the players for Middle Tennessee State, Coach Charlie West. Players for Mississippi State University are Bill Harden, goalie, Mike Goodwin, number 6, Dean Jones, number 5, Jock McAfee, number 8, John Miller, number 1, Chris Graham, number 4, Joe Easley, number 7, Jamie Pittman, number 3, John Schillingsburg, number 19, Trey Thorne, number 2, and John Lawrence, number 10. Coach is Mike McGee. Referees for this evening are Don Lewis, Guy Barbie, Will Garden, and Jimmy Doolittle. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare and bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say doth that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Mississippi at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League Championships. You've just seen the national anthem being sung by Odell Hopkins. We're now going back to the middle of the field. Looks like the players are fixing to take their positions. Chuck, it won't take long, and we're going to be going again.
That's right. Probably another 30 seconds or so, and this field will be set.
Tonight's game features Middle Tennessee State University in the white shirts, blue trousers, and white socks against the maroon Bulldogs from Mississippi State University. The maroon shirts, white trousers, and maroon socks. The referees have just broken from the center of the field. They're going to check their nets, and we're going to be live and underway in just a few minutes. Chuck, what do you think we're going to see tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams play, especially the up front forwards of Mississippi State. I understand they're going to really put a show on for us tonight.
In our earlier match this season, Middle Tennessee State defeated the Maroon Bulldogs, and so the Bulldogs are looking to get even. There we are. We're back on the field, and we're waiting for the referee's whistle for a good night tonight, and I can hardly wait myself.
Is this Don Lewis?
Center referee
Yes.
is Don Lewis, assisted by Guy Barbie and Will Graham. Fourth official for tonight's game is Jimmy Doolittle.
And these men have to be in great shape, don't they, David, to move up and down this field like this and stay with this game?
For 90 minutes with the full start, it is a lot to ask of anyone. I see, looks like Casey Shea with us setting up the ball, number 16. Looks like he'll make the opening tap for Middle Tennessee State. Everybody is setting up, and we will be underway in just a minute.
Now, I believe the other forward is Ali Sarabi, I believe is the way they pronounce his name, up front for Middle Tennessee.
Number 12, he's a senior this year.
Yeah. I believe both of these boys and on both teams are supposed to have a lot of control and a lot of aggression. They're going to come on real strong early. I think both teams are taking the same approach. Let's go to goal fast, push the other team back, and stay in their space.
I think we're waiting on a couple of nets and officials. I think when the officials get the go-ahead, everybody's looking around waiting on the next person, and when they're given the go-ahead, we'll be underway.
Trying to work out some of the kinks. Everybody's moving around a little nervous. This game's a real big game for them tonight. If they win their game, they looks like they're a shoe-in to go to the Nationals. So each one of these games are very important to these two teams and the two teams after this game.
That's right. The center official is looking to the TV crew, waiting for his cue. And I think as soon as he gets that cue, we're going to be ready to go here. You know, it's threatening rain all night, and it's been misting all day. And for what we've got going now, you couldn't ask for a nicer night. If you're still at home right now in Meridian, Mississippi, or the surrounding area, you need to get in your car and come on out, carry a jacket, and you'll come out for two wonderful games of collegiate soccer here tonight.
Well, David, this field's in as good a shape as I've ever seen it in. Looks beautiful, looks almost like a golf course green, and these boys will enjoy rolling that ball across this nice, well-groomed field. Everything's in perfect shape. The weather's perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. And here they go.
Be a lot of testing early on. Everybody's going to be warming up, as you say. You got to get loosened up. As cool as it is right now, they've stretched and stood. Now they're ready to go again.
David, could you tell what that call was there? It looks like a direct, indirect kick.
From where I was trying to check my notes, I did see a good hard kick into the goalkeeper. Made an excellent save at that point.
I believe it was a high kick. Gave him really a dangerous kick at that kind of a distance for these boys with this power in their legs. And David, want to understand that heading the ball back to the keeper is a legal play at this time. That's just a new where they couldn't play the ball backwards. Now they're able to pass the ball backwards with the head. Is that right?
That's right. As long as it's not passed back with the feet to the keeper, he can pick the ball up and play with his hands. The ball can be played back to the keeper by his feet, but the keeper can't pick it up. He's got to play it like a field player. Might look at that shot there of Jason Ezel in the goal for Middle Tennessee State. He's a freshman, all-state high school keeper last year in Tennessee. One of the standouts tonight. I've got my eye to keep watching on him tonight because of his reputation. He got the shot for the opening game. Got a long ball out. Looks like we'll have Middle Tennessee take the throw in.
And that's a defender coming all the way up into the offensive position, showing a lot of confidence moving upfield. not really overlapping, but he is moving up into that area.
Eric Lusk is number 2.
Yeah.
Took the throw in.
And we'll go to a goal kick.
Well, they're setting the ball up. It's got to be set within the penalty area, the 6-yard mark there. Stripe, he said it the way he wants it, and the keeper for Mississippi State, Bill Harden, is going to take the kick. Middle Tennessee State is certainly moving the ball where they want to, trying to test. They're going side to side movement. They may put the attack on now. Looks like he's got a guy.
Middle Tennessee's definitely looking like they're moving the ball with a little more control than Mississippi State at this point. Looking forward to seeing these up front boys from State get a hold of the ball, see what they can do with it.
Mississippi State's dangerous. Their forwards can get the ball about the fastest people in the whole league, and to get a fast break on the ball one-on-one with the goalkeeper, we may see a good shot here at any minute now. Allen Oates again on the ball. He just seems to be everywhere in the early part of the game. Ball again. Allen Oates tried to save it, didn't quite make it. And we have Mississippi State with the throw in.
Trying to get the ball down and get a good cross at this point. And the Middle Tennessee denied them that opportunity. Okay. Got a good push going on the goal. Fixing to get across. I believe he took a shot, David. He wasn't just crossing the ball at that point, was he?
No, I would call that a shot on goal, but certainly wasn't a save when it's missed that high. You got to get his sights in a little bit more than that. But, you know, it shows they're hungry. They're down there, they're ready to attack, and they're not scared to shoot from far out. That's good.
Coach West told me they'd go to goal early. They wouldn't play conservative. A lot of soccer teams will hold back and let the tempo of the game get set, and then they'll move on up and try to push through the other team's defense. But Coach West said he was going to goal as quickly as possible and keep this State team pushed back, which looks just like what he's doing, David.
Keeper Bill Harden from Mississippi State made a good save then. The ball seems to have kind of tipped its way like a pinball machine and bounced around a little bit without any control and ended up at the other end.
Missed kick there.
We've got Trey Thorne making a run for the ball for Mississippi State. Oh.
Come on, guys!
We almost got to see that forward do his stuff there, David. He almost got through that man.
You'll notice at this age, you see a lot of hands on each other. As long as they're hand checking, riding their hand, that's allowed in this level of play. The temptation is to grab a jersey and pull someone down. No, they're not going to allow it. The officials will stop that from happening.
Mm-hmm.
But just to have a hand on someone is not going to be an automatic whistle at this level of play.
And David, what you're saying is the speed limit's 55, but we're driving 65. Is that right?
Well, we're definitely at an advanced level of soccer here. To go above this, we're going to have to go professional. When you leave soccer, collegiate soccer, you've got to go on a professional team, and there is one more gear after this, and we saw that this summer at World Cup. Good call by the official charging the goalkeeper with the possession of the ball and hitting. Be coming out of the goal with a free kick. Looks like the kick's going to be taken by Jamie Pittman, or is Jamie just setting it up for the keeper?
Jamie kicked it. Well, no, he is going to let the keeper kick it.
Billy Harden's coming out. And the ball almost to midfield. Billy's been a little bit weak on his kicks tonight.
Boy, what a save.
Looks like we'll have a corner kick here for Middle Tennessee State, and this will be their first corner kick of the night. Got the ball set. Good header, good header.
Middle Tennessee is definitely pressing this goal. Dave, this is a little far out, but he could take a shot at it. Nope. He'll try to push through.
Good save. Again, Jamie Pittman saved that ball. It was a sure go. He not crossed in there. We may be able to get a replay on this. It seemed just like it got a foot on the ball to keep it from going in the goal mouth. See, Billy Harden's going to take the goal kick.
David, it looks to me that if State doesn't shore up their defense pretty quickly, we're going to see a ball in the net within the next five or so minutes.
Well, we're at the 9-minute mark in the first half. I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We're in Meridian, Mississippi at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League Final Four Championship. This is the opening round between the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State Raiders. At the present time, the score is 0-0, and Mississippi State in maroon will be bringing the ball out of the goal. We've got a whistle. A whistle just outside the penalty area.
David, the player was appealing to the side, the lineman. He was right on the play. Lineman stood still. Beautiful save there. Ball go out of touch.
Action at the sideline can be some of the most dangerous that there is in trying to make the final play. You get many times you get an injury there, but only exceeded by a full burst of speed where the players would collide. From 16, Casey Shea sent the ball far side. Good run, and the keeper very wisely lets the ball go over the goal line. We're going to set it up for a goal kick coming back out by Billy Harden, the keeper for Mississippi State Bulldogs. Middle Tennessee State is certainly the more aggressive of the two teams tonight. They've already been called for 5 fouls against Mississippi State's 2. He's looking for the spot. They want to get it back fairly close to where the linesman wanted it marked. Chris Graham's going to take the throw in for the Bulldogs. It's a good high, deep throw in inside the goal area. And a save.
This ball's wet, David. He was having trouble maintaining possession of the ball. He had to just completely cover it up.
Jason Ezel made that save because that was certainly not a very pretty goal, but it was headed for the net. And, you know, Chuck, it doesn't matter how they get in the net, just as long as they're in the back of the net.
Pretty or not, they count the same.
Isn't that right?
David, our viewers may not realize we're playing on a field that's 110 yards long and 70 yards wide. It was a high kick as you saw his foot go up close to the Mississippi State player's chin.
The dangerous play called by Don Lewis, a center official, right on top of the play. We'll have an indirect free kick coming out. I mentioned that the indirect free kick basically means the ball must touch another player before it is in the goal. The goal cannot be scored on an indirect free kick.
Now this Eric Lusk takes a very active part in this game, David. He pushes up into the offense as well as playing defense. He does an excellent job over here on his side for Middle Tennessee.
I mentioned this level. Each one of these players are playing because they want to. This level of play, there are no scholarships. These guys are paying their own way through school and are playing college soccer at the same time. We're not able to give scholarships at these levels at this point from these schools, and so this is a league of non-scholastic level of play. Non-scholastic. Chuck, you're gonna let me get away with that?
Well,
it's not scholarship, but certainly they're very scholastic. You are a Mississippi State alumni.
That's
You're gonna
correct.
let me get away with saying Mississippi State's non-scholastic.
we'll let you get by with that, David, because we know better. This team is made up of what we call a club team. Of course, there are scholarships offered in many colleges today for soccer. Even here in our own community college, I think we gave 18 scholarships this year to players playing on the junior college team. So this is a fast-growing sport in the United States, as we saw with the World Cup here this year. The Mississippi State team is putting on a little bit of a push now, starting to move into the defensive end of the Middle Tennessee club. And looks like they're starting to kind of get their feet settled on the ground and get their kicks directed. Looking for space, David.
Keeper tried to make a pass out to the flank on our side of the field. Number 8, Jacques Murphy from Mississippi State, killed his plans and forced him to choose another area of the field. We've got a shot.
That young man, I wish he had that one over tonight when he goes to bed.
We had an opportunity for a shot. It looked like he had every opportunity then to put the ball in the back of the net. We're going to see a kick out there. Chuck, that's pretty close in. If they said it where he whistled it, they did not. It could have been a potential goal-scoring kick, but they kept it far enough out.
David, it's obvious the tempo in this game is picking up. David, that man looked like he was offsides to me.
So we had a linesman right here on the play, right at our feet. What he called was no call, and therefore he disagreed. Looks like we're going to have first substitute of the night.
Let's play. Ben, stay with 7.
David, it obviously you can feel the wave of this Mississippi State team starting to grow in intensity and starting to move into this area of the field. Now we're seeing just the same amount of intensity from the state players as we were seeing from Middle Tennessee about 3 or 4 minutes ago.
You're right. The momentum, if we could be able to identify physically the momentum on the team, but it's a hard thing to judge, but on the player, the speed, the confidence, it switches from team to team. J.P. Lorenzo, number 11. Number 13 from Middle Tennessee State.
Keeper was intending on not letting that ball go in the net if it had been shot correctly, David. He covered up the angle and had the whole goal covered when that ball came to him.
Looks like we're waiting on another substitution. We've got one coming on for the Maroon Bulldogs.
Mr. Lorenzo, who just kicked that ball, is from Brooklyn, New York.
Ethan A.G. on that run certainly had the speed. Burst of speed tonight. We hadn't seen that so far. He didn't have the ball at his foot. I said Ethan A.G. I think that's my glasses. That looks like Brad LeBeau. It is Brad LeBeau, number 9. Had an interesting conversation with Brad before the game. He's getting closer to Louisiana and Cajun country, of which he is originated, and is excited and believes he is going to use that to his advantage here tonight.
Well, these young men can certainly take a scholarship. Now we got an offsides call, David. Can certainly take a scholarship from an institution if they're willing to give it to them at this point.
It's our first offsides call of the night. Offsides is something that's so difficult if you're not in the game to try to explain to someone. And it seems like when you or I asked to try to explain offsides, it's when someone just has about 30 seconds or so. Just give them the highlights. And it's certainly a very difficult call to explain in 15 words or less.
Well, David, you know the offsides rule was instituted to help the game be played so that you wouldn't just move. When these men got to where they could kick their soccer ball from one end of the field to the other, they didn't just want the two teams to pile up around the two goals and start kicking the ball back and forth. So that was the reason for the offsides rule. But it does keep the offensive team from getting an unfair advantage, and it does keep the game to a game of skill and physical ability instead of just kicking down into the goal area and trying to punch the ball in from a close shot. Certainly the man with the ball can go all the way to the goal. The offsides rule is that he cannot be past the last player on the defense of the opposite team unless the ball is in front of him. And that's when the ball is kicked to him. I understand that correct, David?
Yes, and there was no call there.
He was asking for one.
He certainly was tripped. I'm sure the center official was shielded, because if he had seen what I had seen, there would have been a whistle, and the ball would have been kicked by the other team, Middle Tennessee State. Eric Luss has certainly demonstrated he's here to play tonight, number 2 for Middle Tennessee State.
Trying to move through the middle, trying to get a shot off, moving in close to the goal. The defender's holding him out. We may get a shot here and get a call.
This one's dangerous. It's very close to the goal and could be a shot in. And it is carried away. Good
Beautiful
save.
That was Eric Shelton. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. That was Jamie Pittman that made the header that actually got the ball out. The keeper had lost control of it, and Jamie came through and headed the ball out of the corner of the net before it got in.
We seem to have a ball a little further off the field than we'd like to have one. You know, there's a little ditch over there. But except for that one hazard, this course, that this field would have if we called it a golf course, this is an excellent field here in Meridian, Mississippi.
Got a push going on here. Looks like they're going to, State's making a move towards goal.
It's a high ball up. Again, Eric Lusk, the fullbacks for Middle Tennessee State. We got two Erics, Eric Lusk. We have Eric Shelton and number 13, PJ Lukasic, are very strong. There's not many. They don't let very many balls get past them.
Well, that's what a defender's for, is he's to deny that forward the ball and deny him the opportunity to take a shot.
John Lawrence from Mississippi State going toward goal, and the ball was taken away from him.
By Eric Shelton again. Boy, he's doing a great job back there, David.
Looks like we're going to have another corner kick. That ball is very, very slick tonight. There's been a light rain the entire afternoon, or just a mist. We got a throw in, I'm sorry. He was drying the ball for a throw in. The angle of the field is just beyond our sight here. But from where we're seeing it now on the TV, I could see the throw in, but I didn't see the ball when it went out. And the way they lined up, I thought we were going to have a corner kick there. We're coming out with a goal kick, though.
Well, this is a dangerous time, a corner kick. The ball can turn right back around the field. There we go. That's just what I'm talking about. There's that powerful forward for Mississippi State.
Jason Ezel collects the ball and sends it out wide to the flank. Number 4, Tommy Cochran. John Lawrence seemed to want the ball a little bit worse than he wanted Middle Tennessee State to have the ball. Ball's through. We know you have the defenders from Mississippi State will try to take it outside, away from the goal net, not that far outside if they can save it.
Beautiful turn there, David.
And Tennessee State is maintaining control of the ball, lost it there. The Mississippi State Bulldogs are doing everything they can to clear it. They don't care what it looks like. They just want it out of their end of the field.
Chaz Gulano was moving the ball up there. David Hart.
David Hart sure seemed to have more of an elbow in the player's back than I would like if I were the player, but if I was David Hart, I probably would have liked to have that elbow right where he had it. It meant the Bulldogs maintained or received possession, that the ball then went out on Mid-Tennessee State. Again, drying that ball. These are new balls. They are damp, and if you're not careful, you won't have a good grip on the ball.
A throw in here is just as good as a corner, and these men are fixing to try to get a shot off. There we go.
Again, beautiful save, Jason Ezel, the freshman from Mid-Tennessee State.
You know, David, a throw in the last 25 yards is really more dangerous at this level of play than a corner kick because of the accuracy of the throw-in compared to the corner kick. I believe I'd rather have that corner any day than have that throw-in down close.
A good foot on the ball down there, anywhere this close to the goal, could send it with enough drift into the net. We seem to be picking up a little bit of wind now. It's going to be blowing this ball into the net. It's not very much of a wind, but if there is a wind of 10 miles an hour that's kind of brisk and blowing, if he catches that ball, it will just give him that much more push right into the goal.
David, this team had full intention of putting that ball in the back of the net at that position.
Yes, we see sometimes a player just takes his eyes off the ball in the back of the net, and you see one skied that high. Really not very good soccer. If he had lowered it a little bit, that would have been a bullet that would have been hard to stop by a world-class goalie. But he got it high over the top of the net. Really not a very good-looking goal or shot on goal. Offsides again at Tennessee State. Those guys are camping. They are wanting to be down there, trying to get down the field. And it's just a doggone shame. The linesman was there and saw him, and we're going to have the play called back.
If you're sitting at home and watching this on TV, you ought to come on out. It's not drizzling anymore, and it's really a beautiful night. Do wear a jacket. Beautiful night for a good soccer game. A lot of folks out tonight watching the game.
Off the face of a Middle Tennessee State player, going over the goal line. Now we'll be set up with a corner kick for Mississippi State, and this is what we were talking about. You can see the pendant there, got just a slight breeze with it. We don't have a sustained wind here, but every now and then we'll get a good gust that kind of shiver you a little bit. So if you're on your way here, be sure and bring a jacket. I would say the temperature is somewhere about the 60s right now, Chuck.
60s or somewhere around the low 60s, it feels
Very
like
low.
to me.
Well, the low 60s are 60s, Chuck. I learned that gives me a 10-degree leeway there.
We just saw a corner kick, and if you're new to the game of soccer, corner kicks are given when the ball goes over the end of the field by the defensive team, defending the goal that on the end where the ball goes out.
You saw there where P.J. Lukasik's tying the shoe of the keeper. The keeper has on a pair of gloves. It takes a little bit of time to take them off, and they're just too bulky to try to get those laces in your fingertips. So it looked like a kind gesture, and you understand it. It was, because he needed those shoes tied by someone.
You know, David, I was watching that last volley. I think the boys headed the ball 4 times in a row. In this game, these young men have to learn to use their head as well as their feet. Dangerous play there for that young keeper. There's no routine play tonight with this ball as wet as it is for these keepers.
It's going to be difficult if they try to predict with any type of routineness, because, as you say, that ball is kind of like an ice cube right now. It's hard to get your hopes on it. No handles on that ball.
Kind of like trying to get a greased watermelon out of a swimming pool. I think I remember doing something like that. Here we go.
Mississippi State looking for their position. The fullbacks of Middle Tennessee State have all dropped back. A very defensive team here. We got a whistle against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and we'll have a kick by the Raiders.
Raiders having a little more trouble getting through this Mississippi State defense. They've got an opportunity here.
Again, the defense of Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee obviously honors that forward. When he saw him draw that leg back, he started to jump.
Good shot, just a little bit off. to the left of the goal, wide. Again, we start looking at going back to far post. He shot the near post, and it hurts what our coaches are trying to always give the players, is to go to that far post. Casey Shea's battling Lawrence for the ball. John Lawrence crossing the ball, and he got it behind the net. We'll restart with a goal kick. Ethan Agee, not a starter tonight, but in with giving the starting lineup a rest. Ball is taken away at midfield, or not midfield, taken away by a midfielder, Tommy Cochran. You know, Chuck, as I look around here, we've got a pretty good crowd tonight. This temperature has got to be making the hot chocolate and the coffee go pretty fast tonight.
Now look at here, David.
Lawrence again, head, beautiful head over to Graham.
There again, that Middle Tennessee Eric Luss is just not going to let that ball get by him. Something's going to stop. Either the player or the ball one is going to stop that. He's going to stop that ball if he can. Eric's just a major player on this side of the field.
And before they take the goal kick, we're going to have another substitution from the Bulldogs. Jacques Murphy is going off for a rest. And coming on in his place is Bradley Gates. Bradley's getting tested early. He's going in as a fullback, and he's got possession of the ball. Just in 15 seconds and got the ball. He got his foot on the ball. So he's happy and proud to get the blood flowing.
Well, this Middle Tennessee team plays that line just beautifully. I guess Mr. Lorenzo has played a lot of soccer somewhere. He knows to keep that line open, and he's always there, it looks like, when he's needed.
I don't have the official time, but I'm about the 35th minute now of the game, and we still have nil score between Middle Tennessee State Raiders from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and the Mississippi State Bulldogs from Starkville, Mississippi. Again, the defense of Middle Tennessee State cannot be underestimated. Tommy Cochran's able to put the ball out. I hope he woke up our truck with the ball up against our control truck. So make sure that those guys are awake in there. But in the excitement there, Mississippi State did not make a good throw in. It is called back and given to the Middle Tennessee State to make the correct throw in.
Now it's just a foot race. See who can get to the ball first. Good cross. Beautiful shot, David. Very close. Very close. I didn't see who took the shot. And boy, that was a bending ball, curved ball coming in. Keeper just judged it right.
Here comes the replay, Chuck. Let's take a look at it. Number 8.
Beautiful save there by the keeper.
Excellent.
Gets himself right back into position and ready for the ball to come back at him again.
That was Ethan Agee from Tennessee State. A wide sky shot for the guys there. This gives a chance for the players. You look at them, they're trying to get a breather. We wait until this time in the second half, and you'll see a lot more of these long balls. And some of that is intentional just to get a chance to have a rest.
Also, David, with these fast forwards that we're seeing in this game, you may get a man who can break away with the ball. Mississippi
Again, right now, Middle Tennessee State's got 3 fullbacks back there, and Mississippi State's got 1 attacking forward. Their defense seems to be their strong point right now. They're going to play the defensive ball. We're looking at Middle Tennessee State, who earlier in the year defeated Mississippi State by the score of 3-1 in early season play. And Middle Tennessee State right now seems to have had, according to the records and talking with the coach, played about 10 games more than any of the other teams here. So they are a very experienced squad out there on the field tonight.
That sure helps them too, David. They come into this game with a whole lot more confidence with a 15-1-1, I believe, only being beaten by Georgia Tech and tied by, I believe it was Auburn. So they've had an excellent season this year.
In talking with the other coaches, some of the fans, sports writers are following this league. Middle Tennessee State, this is their first year in this league, and they are the favorite to win.
Mississippi State holding them out. David, I believe you're right. I believe they've strengthened their defense a little bit. Mississippi State seems to move as a team up the field.
Mississippi State there is all bunched up in the middle. If Middle Tennessee State makes a run, they can pick it apart. It's just not a very good defense to be all bunched up. They've got a man there.
Okay.
Again, the defense, it just can't be said enough. That's P.J. Lukasic knocked the ball away, but there was a hard-charging Bulldog that would have taken that ball right to goal.
One of our forwards making the throw in, Trey Thorne. We'll discuss this play over here a little bit, try to decide what they can do to get through this defense.
Right, I hear you. And you're active, it shouldn't be like that. Play your game. I'm trying to.
Ball into John Lawrence.
Ball is out of touch with that Tennessee State with the throw in. Looking for his options. That was not an option he wanted to send the ball back to. They're playing a little bit of head ball. Mississippi State is trying their best to keep it down into the field. We have a good, even the camera people here are helping to retrieve balls. So we've got a sure enough team effort here from the people at Comcast Cablevision. We're glad to have them tonight bringing this to you, which is the Southeast Collegiate Soccer League Final Four Championship in Meridian, Mississippi.
David, it looks like both of these teams have kind of gotten into their game. Both teams are relaxing a little bit. They've worked out their kinks, and I think we're going to see from this in this second half that'll be coming up shortly a lot more control, and we're going to see some goals, I do believe.
I think so too, Chuck. I'm relaxed and got my kinks out too. I'm settling in. The coffee's good. The play is great. And we're fixing to have another corner kick here from Mississippi State. Is going to make, again, attempt to cross the ball across the face of the net and get a foot ahead or anything they can to knock that ball and deflect it into the goal.
Mississippi State's lining up and making a run through. Just outside the net. Diving header and didn't quite make it.
Came across the goal high there, Chuck. You being a coach, and I know a licensed coach in soccer, it sure is a hard thing to do to coach the exactness of that ball.
Well,
what does that take to do?
It's not an easy thing to do. Of course, the boys, we'd like to get the ball somewhere out around the penalty kick spot, around the 12-yard shot spot right out in front of the goal. That way, if you're a little long or a little short, you still got the ball in front of the net and got the opportunity to make a shot. Now, we have a lot of derivatives on different ways of kicking the ball. And look at here now. We got a breakaway. Oh, goodness.
Beautiful cross. Mississippi State saved it.
It's not over yet.
That shows you the the explosive potential of Mississippi State. They came here to play, perhaps get back a little bit of their courage and reputation that they lost in the first game when they lost to Middle Tennessee State 3-1.
Great control. This young man's coming through with the ball. Just overestimated his ability to run right through that man there. Lots of physical contact out here. Lots of sliding.
J.P. Lorenzo.
We're in a breakaway situation.
Again, across the ball to Allen Oates.
Well, we've had two great opportunities here in the last 2 or 3 minutes right before halftime to score.
Ali Sarabi with the throw in.
As is the case, David, when these young men get a little tired, sometimes they give a little extra effort with that tiredness, and the defense may get a little bit lethargic back here, and it's a good time to score. Of course, any time's a good time to score, but this situation is certainly presenting itself here. Both teams missed two great opportunities.
I'm looking unofficially, Chuck, but I see that 43 minutes have expired, so we'll be in the last 2 minutes of the half. The time is kept by the referee on the field, and this half of the match will conclude when he whistles it. No one else will know exactly when that time is.
About the time you said that, David, he was checking his watch.
That's right. And we've got a stoppage of play for a substitution.
Great push going on by Mississippi State. The ball's turned around again.
Casey Shea, if he just could have broken free then, would have been on the way to the races to the goal.
Mike Godwin is playing, I believe, outside defender, but he's really taking the place of the sweeper here in that situation there. A lot of communication on the field. The young men talk to each other. 22 people out there all spread out, all mixed up. You have to have a lot of good communication for this game to be played correctly.
Billy Harden, the goalkeeper there for the Mississippi State Bulldogs, is a junior out of Brandon, Mississippi. Unofficially, I'm in added time now. I'm showing 45 minutes has expired.
And even if time expires at this point, David, he'll still get this kick.
He's already taken it.
Yep.
These boys are tires.
And there we've got it.
Now we've got it. This is halftime in Meridian, Mississippi at the Southeast Collegiate Soccer League. Mississippi State Bulldogs nil. The Middle Tennessee State University Raiders nil. And we'll be back to you right after this message from our sponsors.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate is refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
Looking forward to sharing in an age-old holiday tradition? We didn't think so. This year, join Comcast for our first private shopping special and shop right from the comfort of your home. As a special thank you, Comcast is offering you a collection of name-brand merchandise from QVC at super low prices. You won't believe the savings. So, if you want to miss this, don't miss this, the Comcast QVC Private Shopping Special.
Hi, I'm Lenny Caputo, manager of Primero Pizza. As you know, Friday at 8 o'clock, Cinemax shows a great new movie. You won't want to take your eyes off it, so what do you do for dinner? Give us a call. My highly trained staff is ready to rush our award-winning pizza out to you in time for the Cinemax premiere. When 8 o'clock rolls around, you'll be starting your weekend in style. As I always say, Cinemax premieres the movie. We just premiere the pie.
Cinemax, your weekend starts here.
Good evening. This is David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We're in Meridian, Mississippi at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship Tournament. Tonight we're at halftime between the Middle Tennessee State Raiders and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The score 0-0. Chuck, what did you see the first half?
Well, David, I was really impressed with Middle Tennessee coming on the field early with a lot of combination play, putting the ball into play and keeping the ball away from Mississippi State. Then later on in the half, I really noticed the ability of Mississippi State to start trying to take the ball down to Middle Tennessee's goal. Both teams missed some great opportunities. I know they're just sick. This game really should have at least 3 goals at this point. Maybe just the young men are just a little bit tight coming into this game, but somebody's got to score. This game's got to go into some points here in a few minutes. There, just I guess in the last 2 to 3 minutes, I thought sure we had a goal.
I did too, Chuck. I noticed just my unofficial statistics that I'm looking at is Middle Tennessee State had 3 saves, Mississippi Bulldogs had 4 saves. But that doesn't tell us really what was going on in the game by that statistic, because we saw the Mississippi State Bulldogs come out here very timid, and they were very, very defensive in everything that they did. Now they seem to have kind of got the wake-up call. They've got their confidence back, and they're really taking it to the Middle Tennessee State Raiders. And I'm like you. I think we're going to have a goal very soon, and I'm going to place my money on the Mississippi State Bulldogs right now because the momentum is clearly in their pocket, and unless the coach from Middle Tennessee State, Charlie West, can get the momentum back out of his pocket and on the field, he's got his work cut out for him.
Well, Charlie West, obviously, Charlie played soccer himself, I believe, with an English team called the Vikings or something like that. I talked with him earlier before the game, and Charlie is not going to go down without a fight. I believe he's already summed up and seen that the key to this game is keeping the ball away from Mississippi State's forwards, which he has done this. Their number 10 forward, I believe, is John Lawrence. They're trying to deny that young man the ball, and I can see why. When he gets it, he's dangerous.
That's right. Chuck, one other number that I had, trying to look at the fouls, and Mississippi State has got the market on that. They've had committed 11 fouls out there in the field. We've seen no yellow or red cards at this game, but we've seen the fouls. Middle Tennessee State's had 7. So in that mark, again, that number doesn't tell us anything because the score is still 0-0. We need to go to another break and come back and see what we expect for the second half. How about a word from our sponsors at this time?
Pivot Sports for the real sport.
You get the taste of satisfaction. Hollybrook Satisfaction. We're proud to say it's the Meridian way. That's Hollybrook satisfaction. It's for one and all. It's for fun and cheer. The taste of satisfaction is here. Hollybrook, you get the taste of satisfaction.
This November, there's only one place to see the biggest movies, the brightest stars, the best originals. Only one place to watch the best concerts, the boldest contenders, the biggest events. Only one place that guarantees you a new movie every Saturday night. And only one place to call for 5 great choices of HBO. Multi-channel HBO, simply the best.
We're transforming your world with the electronic superhighway. And only Comcast puts you in the fast lane. Comcast Superhighway, where fiber optics create a streaming, teeming beam of entertainment. Full of laughter, tears, knowledge, cheers. Active TV today, interactive TV right around the next curve. The electronic superhighway, and only Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
Welcome back to Meridian, Mississippi. I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We're at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship. Middle Tennessee State University Raiders versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The score is 0-0, but we've got another game coming on tonight. What do you expect, Chuck?
Well, David, I expect a lot of good soccer. We've got University of Alabama versus the University of Tennessee. And, of course, anything that comes from sports and comes from Alabama has got to be good. I don't know that much about either one of these clubs, but I'm just expecting to see a lot of hard play in this second game.
I know that the University of Alabama is the winner of the Western Division of the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League. There are 2 divisions, the Eastern and the Western. Middle Tennessee State won there, so they're home tonight at the second game tonight in Meridian, Mississippi. So if you're out and if you're at home watching this, come on out. There's no admission charge for the game. Lots of food, lots of fun out here, and there's a festive atmosphere out here. But tonight we're going to have at 8 o'clock the University of Alabama, University of Tennessee. University of Tennessee is the second place in their division, and I expect that to be a good game, Chuck.
Bound to be. It's just got to be. We've seen a lot of good play in this game. Of course, Memphis has shown us they can really move the ball well, and I expect the same thing from Alabama.
Chuck, I do too, but before we come back to that, let's hear a word from our sponsors because they're the ones that make this all possible. Again, David Compton and Chuck Sanders in Meridian, Mississippi for Comcast Cablevision and Rush Foundation Hospital. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Champagne for the holidays. A great way to celebrate. But which one do you buy and why are some so much more expensive than others? And what does the region of the bottle mean? In addition to fabulous dining, Hollybrook invites you to learn more about the bubbly in a fun atmosphere December 8th at 7 p.m. Bring friends and join the champagne tasting while you learn along with everyone else how to hold, open, and pour a bottle of champagne as you sample featured glasses like Dom Perignon over hot hors d'oeuvres. Get a group together and call Hollybrook for reservations today.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
We're transforming your world with the electronic superhighway. And only Comcast puts you in the fast lane. Comcast Superhighway, where fiber optics create a streaming, teeming beam of entertainment. Full of laughter, tears, knowledge, cheers. Active TV today, interactive TV right around the next curve. The electronic superhighway, and only Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
Hi, I'm Lenny Caputo, manager of Palmiro Pizza. As you know, Friday at 8 o'clock, Cinemax shows a great new movie. You won't want to take your eyes off it, so what do you do for dinner? Give us a call. My highly trained staff is ready to rush our award-winning pizza out to you in time for the Cinemax premiere. When 8 o'clock rolls around, you'll be starting your weekend in style. As I always say, Cinemax premieres the movie. We just premiere the pie.
Cinemax, your weekend starts here.
Welcome back to Meridian, Mississippi, the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League Final Four championship game tonight. We're at halftime between the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State University Raiders. Score 0-0. Chuck, what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
I believe we're going to see a score early. I believe both of these teams are going to come out looking to put a ball in the back of the net. I think that Middle Tennessee is going to try to move the ball down there as a team. I believe that Mississippi State's going to look to their forwards. They're going to try to push them up and get a breakaway.
All right. Who do you see? Do you have a particular player out there that you're watching? I know I've really been watching the defense of Middle Tennessee State back here because that's where the action has been with the University of Mississippi State Bulldogs trying to go right on them head on head.
David, I really believe this Lorenzo from New York is doing a great job over here keeping the game spread out for Middle Tennessee. He's just provided the support for his team so that when they do begin to move down the field, he's always there for them. They can push the ball outside, move men back up through the middle, and then make a good run at goal. On the Mississippi State offensive side, I look for the defense to continue to do just as well as they've been doing. I see a lot of effort on the sweeper and both outside defenders. They're not going to let that ball get through. They're not big boys. They're not huge hulks of young men, but they are willing to sacrifice their body to make sure that ball doesn't go into that net.
I agree with you. I think that the speed would go to the Middle Tennessee State, that they certainly have the speed over the Bulldogs. Chuck, let's wrap this up for the next half. Hear from our sponsors now. Rush Foundation Hospital has brought this tournament to Meridian, Mississippi. Those of you who are at home right now, you need to come out, see what's going on. There's still time. There's no admission charge. There's a game that follows this game and follows our sponsors. Let's hear more from them.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
Looking forward to sharing in an age-old holiday tradition? We didn't think so. This year, join Comcast for our first private shopping special and shop right from the comfort of your home. As a special thank you, Comcast is offering you a collection of name-brand merchandise from QVC at super low prices. You won't believe the savings. So, if you want to miss this, don't miss this, the Comcast QVC Private Shopping Special.
This November, there's only one place to see the biggest movies, the brightest stars, the best originals. Only one place to watch the best concerts, the boldest contenders, the biggest events. Only one place that guarantees you a new movie every Saturday night. And only one place for you to call. HBO. Simply the best.
We're back with you live at Meridian, Mississippi, home of the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer Championship between Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State University Raiders. The score is 0-0, and we've just begun the second half action. I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. This is being brought to you by Comcast Cablevision of Meridian, Mississippi.
A lot of hard ball out there, David. These young men are fixing to move this ball to goal.
It's just like you said, Chuck. It's coming back out hot and heavy. Looks like Middle Tennessee State got fired up. They are ready to bring this to the goal of the Bulldogs.
Mississippi State feeling the pressure and punching that ball out, giving themselves some time for their defense to build up. Sometimes it's to the advantage of the defensive team to punch the ball out, give their team time to get back. And that's what we just saw there with Mississippi State. Got a throw in down here in a kick down here in the dangerous position of the field. Real good control there. Close situation there, close situation.
Again, we're looking at another good save by Bill Harden from Brandon, Mississippi for the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
David, this Tennessee team has taken this game and gotten control of the ball and is starting to move it real well. Mississippi State just starting out just about as slow as they did before. They're not able to really get anything going early.
That's right. Mississippi State came in there the first half and just kind of lollygagged around, but we see Middle Tennessee is ready to go, and it's an offside flag. Again, offsides. There has not been a single offside flag against the Bulldogs tonight, but there have been 4 against Middle Tennessee State. They are certainly hot and heavy for the goal tonight and seem to be very, very hungry. Eric Shelton, a defender, has moved all the way up to take this free kick. Good, sent it well down into the goal area. There's no one there to receive it.
You see J.P. Lorenzo moving into good position. Number 11 there. John Miller, here we go, good opportunity here.
He had to move and go to the outside and slow down his momentum. Again, defense by the Bulldogs kept that one from going in.
Goal!
Chuck, I think I called it wrong, but it certainly did come, and what you called right was in the first 5 minutes. Let's see if we can take a look at that again. That was certainly a pretty goal, though, by Middle Tennessee State. There's coming across, and there's your shot. Caught Jason Ezel, Bill Harden going the other way. Again, that turf is so slick, he slid down, the ball goes in the net behind him.
Beautiful goal. beautiful work by the forward.
All right, we're waiting to set this thing up. Let's take another look at this. Here it comes, and you saw him fall, just slipped on that wet turf. Ball is back into play. We now have the first score of the game. Middle Tennessee State 1, Mississippi State Bulldogs 0. Here in Meridian, Mississippi, I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders and with the Comcast Cablevision Network bringing to you the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship. Eric Shelton, Chuck, he's all over the field. Between the two Erics of Eric Shelton, number 3, and Eric Luss, number 2, for Middle Tennessee, they've got the defense locked up tight.
Mississippi State now has about 5 men forward.
Joel Easley crossed the ball. No one there to receive it. John Miller's got the ball. Dean Jones slowing the ball down with a high kick.
J.P. Lawrence making the run.
Joel Easley being fouled there. Mississippi State Bulldogs will take the free kick. John Schillingsburg there, a high kick really to no one. I know he'd like to take that one back, or at least his coach would like for him to take that one back and send it on target to one of their players. That foot on Jason Ezel, the freshman from Middle Tennessee, is certainly strong. Bring the ball back across midfield with no effort. I don't believe he tried very hard for that.
No, he didn't.
He just a little light tap.
Real disheartening time shortly after a goal, David. This Mississippi State team has to battle now. Low-scoring games like soccer is tough when a team scores on you.
It's very much a mental game, just mental.
Probably this is one of the areas where Mississippi State will be a little bit possibly weaker than the Middle Tennessee team. Middle Tennessee's coach is a little more seasoned, been around soccer for quite a few years. Mike McGee, I believe, may be a player coach, young man, maybe even college age.
Well, certainly now's the time that Mississippi State has the hardest battle, and that's mental. If they make a mistake here, it costs them again. But the Mississippi State Bulldogs have got to concentrate and get back into this ball game right now. They need one goal to tie this game up. Dean Jones, ball all over his back, kind of lost his ball there. John Miller trapping the ball, going to save it going outside and right down the line. Excellent play. On to Trey Thorne, who's going across from goal.
Beautiful, hard play there, Dave.
What a save. P.J. Lukasik. Again, the defenders from Middle Tennessee State have just been outstanding this entire game.
David, it looked like that ball was going out. He kicked it. I guess it went 90 yards down the sideline within 3 yards of the touchline and didn't go out.
John Miller's got the ball. Beautifully laid the ball off, but as you saw, it was just a little bit too far in front of the man. John's got the ball again, taken down, no whistle.
It's J.P. Lorenzo from New York is certainly a big part of this Middle Tennessee team. You see him everywhere. I was talking about him being on the sidelines. Now he's right in the middle, just jamming this game back up the throats of Mississippi State.
As we see here, the players falling on the field. It's a very, very good field, but it's very wet right now. And that slick covering on the top just causes the players to lose their footing. Most of them look like have the wrong shoes on tonight. I know if I was playing, I would have gone through the 6-point cleats. John Miller.
We'll have a corner now. We'll have a corner now, David. Last touch on Middle Tennessee. And a good scoring opportunity for Mississippi State. They like to line up behind the Middle Tennessee's defense and try to run through. Right into the keeper's hands. We're going to have a call on the
We got a caution tonight.
Mississippi State player. Yellow card offense for charging into the keeper.
It's the second time he's done that, or a member from Mississippi State, rather. Happened the first time he did not book him. I didn't see which player that was. Is that number 7? Or are we looking at Allen Oates?
I don't know. I hope the referee got it. Obviously, the intensity of this game is picking up. Mississippi State's got to score now just to get the game back to a tie.
They're very aggressive. You can see that their attitude is to win at all costs, and they're going in there hard and going right to the margin there of what is allowed in soccer. And in fact, that was not quite allowed, and the official penalized.
Goal scoring opportunity there, David.
Nice call by the official. You use your hand every now and then if the official doesn't see it. If he sees it, what happens is he blows the whistle and it goes the other way.
Trying to get that ball to that John Lawrence up there, their forward. If they'd have gotten that ball through, we'd have seen a real good opportunity to score. Mississippi State's got to make this move.
Going to the goal now. Very strong was Mike Godwin. Official indicated a kick, and trying to get the game restarted. Mississippi State started with the throw in, but it is a kick, and they'll set the ball up, and we'll make the direct free kick from the spot the referee indicated.
Probably move the ball across field.
Eric Shelton, good kick.
Bicycle kick. And the Middle Tennessee player clears the ball.
The setup appears to be that we're going to have a corner kick. And he's indicating that goal kick now. Pointing to the net. Ball's coming back out to the corner though. And we'll just have to see the spot. Looks to be a throw in. He's backing off. Getting a running start for the throw. Tennessee State just clears the ball out. This is something we're talking about in the second half. Rather than trying to save it and go up the sidelines, there is more of an effort to just send it out of bounds, get your breath, let your teammates come back and help you defend here. It's a good opportunity for Mississippi State with a good throw in. You can see the proximity to the goal area. You can get a good throw in to drop in that goal area, and ahead, we've got to go.
And this young man can throw the soccer ball.
You see another player falling down. The grass is just so slick.
Eric
It's not
Lusk
wet.
The ball. Lots of confidence. It wasn't Eric. That was David Hart.
Schillingberg's got the ball. Passed it down. He's working it across. If he can cross the ball now, and it was put to the center by handball outside the box. Looks like we're going to have a kick right here.
just barely outside the box, David.
This descent with the official will get you a quick yellow card, as he just showed. It's outside the box. The ball did hit his hand, did not appear to be an intentional infraction, but nevertheless, the official is the official, and you don't dissent with the official. You do. You get the card, and there it is. First yellow card from Middle Tennessee State, our second card of the game, second card of the half. It's a good goal scoring opportunity for Mr. Miller of the Bulldogs. And we'll have a corner kick. This segment of the ball game will be brought to you by Amico Food Shops, Burns & Burns Oil Company, the good folks down there, David Burns and his friends and family. The corner's the dark area of the field, but he'll run back in just a minute. There it is. There's pressure in there. There's opportunities. Looks like a handball. Cleared that ball out.
Work in there. These young men are not going to give up. In the goal. Go, Mississippi State.
That's going to make a very good replay. We'll get it queued up for a replay and take a look at that Mississippi State goal. Pick up the number. All right, it was first sent down, headed across.
Beautiful header. Beautiful header.
We're tied here in Meridian, Mississippi, the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League. Mississippi State 1, Middle Tennessee State 1. Let's take another look at this, Chuck, on the replay. We'll see that it is kicked deep down there and then ahead, right there. Comes across, right into the far corner.
John Lawrence again. That's that forward we were talking about early on in the game.
We're back live.
Well, Mississippi State just wouldn't give up, would they, David? Now, that's the kind of effort right there that'll win this game if they'll continue to give it.
Again, the momentum has swung back to Mississippi State. They seem to be a slow starter. Bill Harden, keeper for the Bulldogs, collected the ball, let his players know he had it and sending them upfield. He'll need to get rid of that ball.
The wind's starting to pick up just a little bit. Isn't a factor yet.
We've got a great night of soccer here in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We are at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League in Meridian, Mississippi. Mississippi State University and Middle Tennessee State University are playing. Score is 1-1. We've got a whistle, and the kick will be taken by the Bulldogs. We're about the 18th minute of the second half. Bulldogs making a run.
Here close.
If he can control it and cross it now.
Ball made it out of bounds. John Miller moving in. A little push there. Back in again.
Miller's got it.
Doesn't want that retaliation always gets you, doesn't it, David?
He made the push off. It's a good call. Center referee there, Don Lewis, right on the play and properly called the foul. And Middle Tennessee State will restart with another kick.
I think you just need to run from a player after he's pushed you or something, David, because that official's just going to be watching for you to do something.
You know, most of the time, what the game official sees is the retaliation, not the original lick. And that's what we're watching for, and I am a referee, and that's one of the things that we're looking for is only what we see is what we're able to penalize. And the push comes and the shove comes, and you know it happened, but you see it right after something happened, and you don't know what happened, but it's fixing to happen, and you're too late. You can only penalize what you see.
There we go, getting the ball back up to number 10. John Lawrence.
Another high ball. That was a dangerous
On
play
goal
last
almost,
time.
David. We saw one of those in the World Cup, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
This Mississippi State team is coming on fast. John Miller makes the give and go. Who's that made the save?
John Lawrence, he took it away from John Lawrence, just tripped him up enough. If John can break free and cross the ball, there may be a person waiting. The ball is kicked over the line by the Bulldogs, and we will restart with a goal kick.
I think that's a cowbell I just heard, Dave.
I know that's a cowbell I just
This
heard.
Mississippi State team comes alive when they get down close to that scoring position.
They can smell it. I believe they smell the goal, and they want this game. And it looks like these teams are so evenly matched, it's going to come down to who wants it the most.
Mississippi State's definitely in trouble now. They got men unmarked. Keeper came out and did his job.
Again, Billy Harden jumps up there, makes a save, collects the ball, gives his team a few minutes to get organized, move up the field, and he sends the ball out to the flank.
I believe that's what we're going to have to see, David, with this Mississippi State club, is to move the ball under a little better control in their end of the field. And then once they get close to midfield, send the ball long to John Lawrence. They've got to get it over that Middle Tennessee defense. Mississippi State will be in trouble if we're not careful. We'll see these big boys from Middle Tennessee slip through and get an overload situation, and Mississippi State will be down another goal.
Dean Jones will take the kick, again giving his players time to get downfield.
John Miller. David, did John start this game, or did he come in as a sub?
For which player? John Miller?
Number 1 for
he started this game. He has 2 jerseys. I had him marked wrong for jersey number 14. He wears when he's in white. It took me a minute to realize I had the
goal scoring opportunity. There comes John Lorenzo again. J.P. Lorenzo. He looks like he's injured, David.
He's going to be attended to. They're holding up. Looks like a cramp. And how many times have we had those on the field? Your leg starts trying to cramp up on you. He's going to make it without being attended. I thought he was going to make it without being attended to. Again, trying to hold it to keep it from setting in. Seems to be his calf seems to be tightening up. They're trying to rub the calf out for him. If I'm not mistaken, we've got the full facilities here of Rush Foundation Hospital of the Rush Sports Medicine team. They're here and available.
And there's Charlie West, their coach, David. To the left, right there over JP.
Charlie's attending him, going to help him get up and see. Charlie looks up to most of his players, but everything that the players tell me is they look up to him. They've got a lot of respect for that coach.
Well, I can understand why. He's taken them through a tremendous season this year with 15-1-1.
Appears as if we're going to have a substitution.
David, this team will suffer with this man off the field.
They certainly will. J.P. Lorenzo has been all over the place. He is out of Brooklyn, New York. And as I recall, originally, is it from Haiti?
I believe so.
And I'll try to pick up the substitute that's going in for him now. We're going to get ready here, it looks like. We start with the throw in. Again, a dangerous play. It's in the goal area.
Mississippi State didn't quite put the push on this time on this throw in that they did when they scored their goal or that preceded their goal. Mississippi State in a good position now, moving the ball across.
Right to John Miller, shot now, and he skied the ball. Again, how many times do you have that one? Will he relive that tonight in his dreams?
All he needs to do is just get a little bit more over that ball. Of course, you can bend the ball down. If you follow through with your kick, it puts down spin or top spin on the ball, which will pull it down. Well, didn't quite bend soon enough, did it?
Let's try to take a look at that replay if we can. If we've got a minute, that'll be queued up and see if we can get a quick look at it. We're going to miss that in this time. Set into quick, dangerous move.
John Lawrence down fighting for the ball.
Mississippi State Bulldogs are hungry. They're not going to be satisfied until they score again. They certainly have the pressure on.
We've got a man in the offsides position over here, Dave. They'll just stay back. David, should the linesman pull the flag up because the man's in the offsides position, or should he be running down with the flag on his side until the ball's kicked?
Well, you can be in offsides position. There's nothing wrong with that. It's if you get involved in the play, then you're offside. But it is okay to be in that position. Linesman will not indicate until the player has violated the rules, which has become involved in the play. There's a lot of pressure on there. We've got a dangerous ball. The goalie is out. We're going to set a corner kick. A quick corner kick, looks like. They would have tried it, but the wind is blowing the ball off. It's the first corner kick of the half for the Raiders.
Eric Luss coming back up, helping with the offense.
There's no one on the man, and the ball is kicked out over the goal. Again, just did not get a good foot on that ball. Didn't hit the sweet spot, and the ball was shanked off his foot and over the goal line, over the back of the goal.
David, it looked like Mississippi State was allowing these two offensive players really in a dangerous position. I guess they felt that the ball was going to go out of play. Looked like they'd already missed their offsides opportunity.
Well, one of the things that we're hampered here, being here in the booth, is the players are on the field and that offside play is changing, and the man who is doing the line there, the official, moves up and down the field, and he has that exact plane. Oftentimes, from where we're looking, the man does not appear to be offsides, but the man who is on that plane can tell that he is not offsides, and it's his job to make the call. We're just supposed to be calling the ball game.
John Lawrence there looking for a pass there on that last run from John Miller. Just beautiful play together. These two young men do a good job working together.
They don't
Middle Tennessee's in trouble again. Mississippi State's pressing.
Chris Bowers.
And we're in a dangerous situation here with John Lawrence on the ball. Very close situation.
The replay on this one will really look good. They're going to be setting the ball up. Let's take another look at the replay while they're setting up for the corner kick. We almost had a score then. Lawrence is coming across. He made. All right, here we go.
David, we saw the frustration of John Lawrence there. It was a very tight angle. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but he didn't have but about 2 feet to move that ball in. But he realized he made a mistake. He should have pushed that ball out in front of that goal and expected one of his players to help him out. Going to the far post.
Handball, obviously. Very dangerous as a defender. Stopped the ball with his hand in his own goal area. We could have had a penalty kick. We have not had that tonight. And as the Raiders are clearing the ball, again, Mississippi State is keeping the pressure on. And this half, except for that early goal, has been all Mississippi State. If he breaks loose here, we got a shot. We're in the 30th minute here.
Memphis, Tennessee making a good run at goal. Middle Tennessee, excuse me.
We're in the 30th minute here at the Southeastern Collegiate College Scholar Collegiate Conference in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm David Compton, along with Chuck Sanders, and we're bringing you this game live from the soccer complex of Meridian, Mississippi.
Young man just sacrificed a lot of pain there to stop that ball, David.
Yes, he did. Am I sensing the momentum switching
Yes,
over
sir.
to Middle Tennessee State?
I'll tell you what, both teams have decided this is going to be a fight to the finish here, David. David, as you can see, that was from about the 25-yard line there, and he just sent a rocket, but it was after the whistle.
That's right. No one was trying to defend it and let the net catch the ball. But we're looking again at the momentum changing over to the blue and white Raiders of Middle Tennessee State.
David, I didn't see who kicked that ball, but I'll tell you what, he put a hammer down on the ball. I think they'll respect whoever it was out there when they see him with the ball from this point on.
It's a good give out to the flank. Mike Godwin, if he can break loose and send the ball across. Mike Godwin from the Raiders.
Oh, man, get on it.
Off the back of the maroon player. And I believe we're going to end up with another corner kick. Very dangerous.
Mississippi State successfully warding off that corner kick.
As you see, the Mississippi State player there, Mike Godwin, moving back slowly. I called Mike Godwin running the ball down. That was Ben Jordan from Middle Tennessee State. I think we're somewhere around the 32nd minute of the second half. We're tied 1-1 with Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State Raiders. The Bulldogs in maroon and white, the Raiders in white and blue. And we'll have a throw in by the Raiders.
Here's J.P. Lusk back in, Lorenzo back in the game. And J.P.'s on the field. You're going to see him on the ball.
Excellent camera shot there from behind the net. You can really get an idea of the action as it comes right towards you.
JP just has the confidence that just makes his whole team feel confident. Put that ball right out to that wing.
Billy Harden collected the ball just before it went out over the touchline. It was off to the side, but he was there. You can't take a chance in a game like this. You must catch every ball.
David, with really a real dangerous and good scoring opportunity for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. A little short on the throw-in this time.
They'll get to retake it, though.
Looks like Chris Graham for the Bulldogs will be making the throw-in. Chris is a senior from Gulfport, Mississippi. And he is just off the field play. Looks like we've got another player from Middle Tennessee State that is injured. And I'm not real sure, but it looks like Brad LeBeau.
It is.
Brad was interested in having some Cajun food, getting close to his relatives, coming from Tennessee, 7 hours drive to Meridian, Mississippi, and was hoping that he would get a chance for a little bit of Cajun food. And so I have recommended some of those places. And one of our sponsors is Hollybrook, and I think they've got some excellent gumbo and other delicacies down there. If he has a chance to stop by before he leaves, he'll enjoy it, and so will you. Try Hollybrook Fine Dining.
Mississippi State making a... Really, they didn't quite have that in the mind what they were doing. They pulled a trap on them there, David. Middle Tennessee pulled up and really didn't give them any space back there with the ball moving out. Looks like they're going to start running the trap a little better, keep those forwards away from that goal.
Ben, check two. Ollie, check two. Ben, check two.
It's kind of an interesting strategy with a man like John Lawrence there as a forward. Though. He can run at that last defender with his speed and just kill that trap if they're not careful. Very near goal.
You see a play there, Billy Harden saved the goal, but on this one, Lawrence from Mississippi State being fouled, and before the player could get it, he got over the ball. If he had handled the ball, could very well have been a call by the referee against him.
This John Miller with the ball there, David. That is a very aggressive player. He has really helped this team keep something going.
John Miller's a junior out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Chris Graham was expecting a man to be running on there for him, but it just wasn't there. Middle Tennessee's trying to look for a situation to open up. Didn't find the right player, and kind of let that play fizzle on them. Tell you, as long as they'll get the ball to JP, I think that the game will keep some fire in it for Middle Tennessee. There he is again, back on the ball again. Now it looks like John Miller's open, or trying to get open. Overshot him a little bit. That was John Schilling trying to get the ball out there to him. Just put a little too much touch on the ball. John's going to make the throw in.
We have 5 minutes left to play in this half.
John Lawrence with the ball again. John Schillings. We're in a tough situation now. Middle Tennessee's got some men off. Boy, lots of effort there by Mississippi State. Dean Jones, Mike Godwin, get that ball out of play. Give his defense some time to get back and cover this cover this goal. There comes JP in again, the playmaker. Close goal scoring opportunity there for Middle Tennessee. Mississippi State, John Miller getting the ball, moving back upfield with it. Just can't let JP get free with the ball. If either one of these boys strike one another, they'll be out of the game and won't play in the next games in the Nationals. Need to watch their tempers.
Get in there, guys.
Direct kick. Very close situation for Middle Tennessee. Well played ball. JP put the ball up for the header. He wasn't just kicking the ball up in the crowd. He put that ball towards the far post and expecting one of his players to come in and make the header. Boy, the young man just didn't put his head on the ball and get over the ball. If he had, he'd have had a good opportunity to put it in the back of the net. Mississippi State is allowing this team, Middle Tennessee, to get in their neighborhood. If they expect to win this game, they've got to get this ball out now and get it back down the field. In the game of soccer, we adhere to the same thing that Vince Lombardi said: a great defense a lot of times is a great offense, but I really believe that an offensive play begins in the defense many times and has the offense of the other team spread downfield, and then they have a little bit of space to play the ball. This man, JP Lorenzo, needs to be canceled out. When he's in the way of the ball, Middle Tennessee has tremendous control.
And Chuck, it's the 42nd minute into the game right now. We're tied 1-1, and if we go at the end of the 90 minutes, this game continues to be tied. We'll go into 2 5-minute halves, overtime periods. They'll call the captains to the center of the field, flip the coin, and you see another good save there. They'll try it again in 2 5-minute halves to turn it on before we go further to the second sudden death overtime. The momentum had certainly switched over to the Raiders.
David, I keep mentioning JP Lorenzo. A few minutes ago, when you saw that kick over into the far post, he's just got probably the best control I've seen on this field. Now, John Lawrence of Mississippi State has good control, but I really believe JP is head and shoulders shown tonight that he's got control of this ball.
He's definitely going to be one of our contenders for the all-tournament team that will be announced after the championship game tomorrow at 1 o'clock here in Meridian, Mississippi. That game will feature the winner of tonight's game against the winner of the game that follows this at 8 o'clock between the University of Alabama and the University of Tennessee.
Well, if you're still sitting at home, there's still time to get out and come watch Alabama play UT. It's going to be a great game. It's clear. Not drizzling any longer. Here we go with Mississippi State making a press-it goal. Defender did his job, didn't he, David?
He certainly did. Chris Graham had his eyes to cross that ball.
David, it looks to me that the Mississippi State club is really not making the moves and the runs that they were making a few minutes ago when they scored their goal. Got to have a lot of movement in this box now to score. A lot of pressure.
They're still They're trying to keep the pressure on, but they're tired. They just seem to be a little bit perhaps out of shape. There's an offsides flag. He was in an offsides position, and when the ball was advanced to him, he attempted to collect the ball from that position. Therefore, you saw the linesman's flag.
Here's a through ball.
Fighting to keep the ball in.
David, if you notice, JP just seems to always be where the ball is. He just has great anticipation. We've got John Lawrence of Mississippi State being taken out.
You know, let's get a look at that on the replay.
T.J. Lakesic.
I'd like to see that one on the replay. We can get that queued up. It looked like that may have been a little bit of acting on that. Let's take a look and see what we have while they're tending to the player on the field. We may be able to see what the referee didn't see. We will bring that to you along with the other highlights of this game tonight at 12 o'clock. Stay tuned. I have the expiration of the 90 minutes regulation time, and it appears to be that we are about to expire from our added time, and with this 1-1 tie, we will immediately go into an overtime period of 2 5-minute halves. This is good soccer.
Ron Miller.
And we'll have a corner kick, and the official is certainly keeping an eye on his watch. Tonight's center official, Don Lewis, who is from Tupelo, Mississippi. J.P. Lorenzo, still on the ground. He went out earlier tonight, stoppage. Back in, back down again. Let's see if he can stay in for the remainder of this game. If they don't score real quick, you see the referee there looking at his watch. We are in extended time. Of course, we've had 2 injuries. It took some time.
That's right, Doug.
I'm not sure just how much time we're going to be added in here, but the official is watching his clock very closely. Both teams are certainly after the score. No one wants to go into overtime. A quick score now for either team would sew it up and break the tie. And there we are at Meridian, Mississippi. Tie ball game at the end of the 90 minutes regulation time between the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State Raiders. We'll be back to you with the overtime period after this word from our sponsors. Tonight.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
Rush Foundation Hospital and the Rush Sports Medicine Team are proud to sponsor the Rush Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship Tournament. As the leaders in the field of sports medicine, we provide medical services and care to many athletes in our region. This tournament gives us the opportunity to support our community and bring exciting collegiate-level soccer action to Meridian. We hope you enjoy this great event, and we thank all of those who worked very hard to make it possible.
This is David Compton along with Chuck Sanders in Meridian, Mississippi. We're at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer Tournament, Final Four. We're tied right now. The Mississippi State Bulldogs won. The Middle Tennessee State University won. We've flipped the coin. We are getting ready now to start the first overtime period. There will be two 5-minute overtime periods. They're played exactly like the regular game. The referees are going to the middle of the field now, and they're getting set, and we'll be back with that overtime right after this word.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
Rush Foundation Hospital and the Rush Sports Medicine Team are proud to sponsor the Rush Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship Tournament. As the leaders in the field of sports medicine, we provide medical services and care to many athletes in our region. This tournament gives us the opportunity to support our community and bring exciting collegiate-level soccer action to Meridian. We hope you enjoy this great event, and we thank all of those who worked very hard to make it possible.
And we're back live in Meridian, Mississippi. We're at the first overtime period between the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Middle Tennessee State Raiders. We're in the first of 2 5-minute overtime periods. If there is no score, or let's back up. When there is a score, the game will continue until we have played the 2 complete separate 5-minute overtime periods. If we're still tied at the end of the 5-minute overtime period, we will go into a 10-minute sudden death overtime period. And at the end of the second overtime period, they will then go into kicks from the penalty spot. You see the ball being thrown in by number 3, Eric Shelton. Again, the defense of Middle Tennessee State has been strong tonight.
David, will we switch goals at the end of the first 5-minute overtime here?
Yes, we totally switch each time. This is just like a mini game, a 5-minute half mini game.
Trying to get that ball through to John Lawrence again. It's going to be a kick.
Good call by the official. The guy was called as obstruction. The guy prevented him from playing the ball again.
This would not be my man to kick the ball. I believe I'd have him in there trying to score. As aggressive as number 1 is, John Miller. Although he can sure kick that soccer ball. Beautiful kick. J.P. Lorenzo on the ball again.
John Miller, Mississippi State, playing the ball back to Dean Jones.
That was just a ball up into the crowd there.
J.P. Lorenzo. Chucky's moving slow.
No, he's fixing to go to goal. They've got him for the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I'm sure the Mississippi State Bulldogs are very glad for that call.
They have moved him. He was playing halfback, looked like outside half to begin with. Then they put him in the middle, and now they've got him up top.
We've had 5 offside calls in this game against Middle Tennessee State, and we've had only 1 against the Bulldogs.
David, I'll predict now, if they don't mark up JP, this game is going to be in the hat. Somebody better get on him and be in his back pocket.
We have certainly seen an exciting 90 minutes, and the next 10 are going to be equal to what we've seen before. And I like the part, Chuck, that you said earlier is we are going to have a winner. I don't like going home with a tie. I don't have a sister, but that's like kissing your sister. You know, nobody wins.
I don't believe we're going to go home with a tie. I believe we're going to get it out of these overtime periods. JP is faded back into the midfield position.
Mississippi State is certainly putting the pressure on. I don't believe that Coach Charlie West was able to get his group fired up in that 3 or 4 minutes that we had in between the end of regulation time and the beginning of the overtime period.
Casey.
Bulldogs clearing the ball up the field. Some question about that call, whether the official was a little quick on the whistle or should have let that play on through. It seemed to me that he had advantage. The Tennessee man was down the ground. Mississippi State had the advantage, was running on through. The whistle blew and stopped the play, and we're going to come back and
David, watch this ball now. It'll probably bend down, and John puts a lot of top spin on this ball. You see it drop quickly to the ground?
Yes.
It just is a hard ball to handle. It's just like throwing a drop ball in baseball. It's just, it does some unexpected things.
And we're going to have a corner kick. That's a goalkeeper's nightmare. That
short.
hard spinning low ball. It's knocked out again. Looks like J.P. Lorenzo hit was. Over the goal line, we're going to begin with another corner kick. That's the conclusion of the first 5-minute overtime period. We're going to stay with you now and switch ends of the field. They'll be ready to start, and we will not pause. These players are ready to go, and we are too. You see Senator Don Lewis carrying the ball and fixing to set it up.
David, these guys look awfully fresh. I guess it's this cool air and just the excitement and being ready for this game, being pumped up for it. But I hadn't really seen a lot of depletion of energy out here on the field. Looks like these guys are just as fresh as they were after the first half. We may see something in this next 5 minutes or the next 15, but they're still looking pretty fresh.
We're playing on adrenaline now, strictly adrenaline. We switch goals.
John Lorenzo came through and put that ball off to a man. Did a great job there.
If Casey Shea gets loose, he is deadly in front of that goal.
About the time I said there was not a wane in energy, I saw the up front men from Mississippi State really not go aggressively after that ball. And if this is going to happen, we're going to have to see Mississippi State's midfielders come up and give some serious support, some run-throughs for the forwards. Now I guess that's
number 4 of Mississippi State, Chris Graham.
Chris was doing a lot of work right then, moving off the side of the field, trying to catch that, get that ball.
J.P. Lorenzo, what a game he's had tonight. You know the J.P., Jean-Philippe. He told his teammates just to call him J.P. It was a lot easier because no one could say his name right, so just call him J.P. I may have even butchered it up, but I practiced it with him a little bit. Jean-Philippe Lorenzo.
There we go, very dangerous kick. John Lawrence getting ahead on the ball, but not able to get the ball back to anyone, expecting someone to be running on the ball. This game sometimes is felt. You just have to know what that player's going to do.
There's some speed coming on from Middle Tennessee State. Proper. Crowd certainly disagrees with the official's call. J.P. Lorenzo controlling the ball. Again, the momentum is flowing. We're the second minute of the second overtime period. There will be a total of 5 minutes in this period. And we are still tied 1-1.
David, you know, it's kind of interesting. Coach McGee for Mississippi State putting John Lawrence up in the front. A lot of times that control player for Mississippi State would be put in the center midfield position, but he's putting a more aggressive player, John Miller, in that position. And it's kind of an interesting switch there, but it obviously works for Coach McGee, so that's why he's doing it. Usually the player that's playing center mid would be the most controlled player on the team, the connector. He's the playmaker of the team.
Puts everything together. He's one that can go up and play striker if he needs to, or fall back and defend the goal.
J.P. Lawrence obviously is the playmaker for Middle Tennessee. As you see, he put the ball in a dangerous position for Mississippi State. One touch, and they're making plays at goal.
Jamie Pittman almost did the unthinkable, and that will serve the ball up to his opponent.
David, I asked Coach West, who was the man to watch on his team. I can't blame him for not telling me, but after the game, I'm going to have a word with him about JP. Through the legs.
The momentum definitely with the Raiders right now. They're doing all they can to put it in. We're in the last minute. We're going to have a corner kick. And we're very dangerous right now. We have less than 1 minute to go in the second overtime period. And we've got a corner kick by the Raiders from Middle Tennessee State.
You notice there, David, JP's pulling back in the midfield area, trying to ensure that the ball doesn't get behind him.
And he stopped it. It was a smart move, the way that he needed, the place he needed to be. They've certainly got the pressure on. We're at the conclusion of the second overtime period. The score is still tied. Mississippi State 1, Middle Tennessee State University 1. We will return after these words from our sponsors.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
Rush Foundation Hospital and the Rush Sports Medicine Team are proud to sponsor the Rush Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League's Final Four Championship Tournament. As the leaders in the field of sports medicine, we provide medical services and care to many athletes in our region. This tournament gives us the opportunity to support our community and bring exciting collegiate-level soccer action to Meridian. We hope you enjoy this great event, and we thank all of those who worked very hard to make it possible.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
All right, we're back with you live in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We're at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer Tournament. We're at a tied ball game between Mississippi State Bulldogs and Middle Tennessee State University Raiders. Score 1-1. We've completed 2 5-minute overtime periods. We're now in a single 10-minute sudden death overtime period. Sudden death is just what it says. The first team that scores, this game is over with. So we're ready at any point for the score. And the score will end this ball game, and it's certainly been an exciting 100 minutes.
David, this has got to be a lot of pressure on all these boys to have played this long on the field, and now they're in a situation where whoever scores wins this game. The intensity is going to be about as high as they can push it up at this point. you got to be careful not to give up the goal, but also you've got to be ready to go make that goal, go after it, and take your opportunities because you've got to score to win.
That's right. With the sudden death that we're in right now, the game will end when that first goal goes in. There won't be an opportunity to make it up or to start over again. That's it. And you're going to see the hardest pressure being put on that we've seen all night, right now tonight, as the momentum is definitely in the Raiders' pocket, and they are looking to capitalize.
Well, one mistake there, David, and that ball would have been headed to goal. Got an offsides call there.
One mistake, and this ball game is over.
MSU's got an opportunity here. The ball got through. Mississippi State still in a situation that they can, this is what Mississippi State wants right here.
Good view that we have coming out of the net. This is what you don't want to see is a ball coming right at you down this net. State's got a good high throw in, and it's in the penalty area and cleared out.
A corner kick, I believe, David.
Certainly looks like it. They're setting up for it. Looked like the white jersey knocked the ball over the goal line.
You got a rabbit to pull out of the hat. This is the time to do it, David.
They're all charging in. The ball is dropping nicely.
In the goal! No.
Us, you, and everyone on this sideline thought that was in there, and I hope we'll have that queued up at a stoppage of play. We may see something, but we got a breakaway now. It's going in for the goal, and maybe we can see that replay now. That certainly looked like it was going to be a goal. From my standpoint, I wasn't quite as quick as you to call it. We've got a player injured, and that is the keeper for Mississippi State. Maybe we can queue up and take a look at that last shot on goal by Mississippi State. See if we can get that ready for you. Here it is. We're looking at the corner kick coming in.
Beautiful corner.
Oh.
David, that's just about as close as it gets if it didn't cross that line.
I wonder again if it crossed that line. That defender was in the net, certainly cleared the ball out. I'd like to see that one more time. Wish we could slow it down, but it looked like that was perhaps in the net. And let's watch it one more time as we see it was cleared by the defender, not the goalkeeper. The ball is crossed over, headed down, and there you see, and his foot came from behind the goal line. I'd like to talk with the linesman on that side because he had the vantage point, but certainly from where our cameras were, that was a very, very close play. This is the keeper that's down right now is Billy Harden from Mississippi State. He has certainly had an excellent game tonight. He is from Brandon, Mississippi, and he's a junior, and he looks like he's in pain right now to me. He's laying down, breathing hard. The leg is out. And we seem to be bringing all of our trainers out at this point. And if there is any wisdom in a multitude of counselors, we're going to have it here now. And you know, Chuck, while we're waiting for this injury, let's try taking a look at that goal or shot on goal one more time. And I want to really look at it close. Let's take a look at it one more time and see just how close it was. The ball is going to be brought in from a corner, cleared. There we go. It's set up. It's going to be headed back across the goal, and there's the guy's foot.
David, I believe he got it before it crossed the line. I believe he caught it up a little high, and the whole ball has to cross that plane, and I don't believe it did.
I'm sure it didn't because we had one of our NISO officials there watching that, but certainly his foot was cocked and came back from inside the goal net to bring it back out. So it was definitely the right place at the right time for the defender. And my angle then, I couldn't pick up the defender's jersey number, but he certainly was to be complimented because the game would have been over right then.
And then Middle Tennessee answered by just coming within a hair's breadth of scoring within less than 30 seconds of that that kick.
Right now, we're in injury time. The official will have the clock stopped. We're somewhere around, I'm going to say the injury happened somewhere around the 3rd minute of the 10-minute overtime period. We're looking now at Billy Harden.
Let's catch it. Look at there, David. We've got the goal frozen there. Looks like his foot's just maybe directly above the goal line there.
That's about as close as you can get. I'm going to go with the official. The ball had not crossed the line, but that was a good camera angle there that we were able to see that Old Compton's eyes from here are not as good as the official on the scene. Billy Harden now going off the field. Certainly had a good game tonight. I don't have a number on the keeper coming in at this point, but they are certainly going to be missing him. Or he may be able to stay, Chuck. Now, as I see, he's walked to the side, and he's come back, and he's stretching. Maybe we can look at him a little bit closer to see if Billy is back in the goal again, get a shot on the net, and the ball's fixing to be cleared out. It's hard to let him get out of that goal. You need him. He is still in the goal. Offsides again. Offsides tonight has just been all one way. The Raiders have been camping out on the back plane entirely the whole night. We've only had one, maybe two calls on Mississippi State the entire night for offsides.
There's John Miller using that aggression I was talking about. Getting the ball out to Trey Thorne. Trey just wasn't able to make that turn for his team there. If he could have gotten that cross, we had John Lawrence on the other side, and obviously would have had a good scoring opportunity.
Looks like we again have another player down. This looks like Ethan Agee from the Raiders. He's getting up very slowly, but after a little over 100 minutes of tough soccer, it's hard to get up and run, do anything fast right now. Good play. Tip off there by J.P. Lorenzo. Could have made the difference.
John Miller getting up in the middle of that play again. John is just an aggressive player. Got lots of skill along with that aggression. Now we got John Lawrence moving the ball well. David, this man made a serious attempt at goal from about 30 yards. I really thought it was too soon, but he shot for that far post in the corner and came real close.
You're absolutely right,
Crowd's
Chuck.
going wild out here. They loved it.
I hear the cowbells ringing again. That shot just a little bit high, but it had plenty of power to run the back of the net. The wind has picked up a little bit here tonight. I believe we're going to be below 60.
John Miller back on that ball.
With the chill factor, a little push from J.P. Lorenzo. Not enough to call it. Eyes of the official. And it's cleared out.
That's kind of like an air ball in basketball, David. When you're 10 yards offsides, it just kind of looks bad.
10 yards off, we're able to see that real easily. Even from here, I can see that.
David, you're a ref and I'm a coach, but I'm going to tell you, us coaches can always see it. We never miss. We've got a situation here, folks.
Keeper wisely cleared that ball out. You know, we're approaching the end of the 10-minute overtime period. In fact, we are in extra time right now. I'm going to the 11th minute. We are into extra time of the sudden death overtime period. And if we are then scoreless at the end of this time, we will go into penalty kicks. There's a flag, and again, another offsides. If at the end of this 10-minute overtime period we're still tied, we will go to kicks from the penalty area, the penalty spot. The center official will select the goal. We will take 5 kickers from each team in the middle of the field. It will not be sudden death. Again, another save. It will not be sudden death, but each team will alternate and take 5 kicks on goal. You get down to the end of a game, nobody wants to end the game with penalty kicks. I certainly hope we have a score one way or the other. Let's have a score on the field and not penalty kicks.
David, I think FIFA, the regulating authority for soccer, has made the decision after the World Cup ended in penalty kicks that they would make the game end in regulation, not in regulation play, but on the field. There'll never be a World Cup finished by penalty kicks again, and I think that's going to really help the game. Eventually somebody's going to score. You could just back off and play another game.
That's right.
Mississippi State has certainly had some opportunities here. Middle Tennessee has gotten their team back.
The momentum is still all state. A wide shot on the field will show right now. All of the white players are back there on one end of the field. They are not spread out. They're not in their zones. They're bunching up. A perfect opportunity for Mississippi State to pick them apart right now and make the final score.
John Miller got the ball across field. Beautiful play setting up, but now we're going to penalty kicks. David, I figured it wrong. I figured we'd have gotten a score in this half.
I did too. We're going to go to a break in a minute. This is David Compton along with Chuck Sanders in Meridian, Mississippi, where we have a tie after 2 overtime periods. We have Mississippi State Bulldogs 1. We have the Middle Tennessee State Raiders 1, and we're going to have kicks from the penalty area to decide the rest of this game. The official is checking the nets, and he's going to determine which go. And we're going to be back right after this commercial with the kicks from the penalty kick. Let's hear this word.
What's clear? You love to drive. Your car is your pride and joy. What's clear? Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate. It's clear because only Ultimate has refined an extra step to remove impurities. For unsurpassed performance, Crystal Clear Amico Ultimate.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
Looking forward to sharing in an age-old holiday tradition? We didn't think so. This year, join Comcast for our first private shopping special and shop right from the comfort of your home. As a special thank you, Comcast is offering you a collection of name-brand merchandise from QVC at super low prices. You won't believe the savings. So, if you want to miss this, don't miss this, the Comcast QVC Private Shopping Special.
Hi, I'm Lenny Caputo, manager of Primero Pizza. As you know, Friday at 8 o'clock, Cinemax shows a great new movie. You won't want to take your eyes off it, so what do you do for dinner? Give us a call. My highly trained staff is ready to rush our award-winning pizza out to you in time for the Cinemax premiere. When 8 o'clock rolls around, you'll be starting your weekend in style. As I always say, Cinemax premieres the movie. We just premiere the pie.
Cinemax, your weekend starts here.
This is David Compton along with Chuck Sanders. We're in Meridian, Mississippi at the Southeastern Collegiate Soccer League Final Four Championships. We've just concluded 2 overtime periods and then 1 10-minute overtime sudden death period. And we're going now to decide the outcome of this game by shots on the penalty kicks. The process that we're fixing to see now, and you've got a view there of the players on the field. The players at the end of the game had to remain on the field. They cannot be substituted off the field. Now the players are fixing to select 5 kickers from each team. They're going to go to one of the goals that the center official has selected, and they're going to go to that goal and alternate taking kicks from that goal. They'll take 5 kickers from each team. Each team will kick one, alternating kicks. If one person scores, the game is not over until we have concluded each team has taken the 5 kicks. We're fixing to see this, and we'll be back from a commercial in just a minute, and we'll be able for you to see the entire final conclusion of this game from penalty kicks. It's going to be a very interesting conclusion to the game, one that we don't like to see, but yet that's the way the game ends, and we're going to see 5 shots apiece. Chuck, your impressions?
David, I tell you, this is I've won them here and I've lost them here, and this is a tough way to win one, a tough way to lose one. There's no more suspense and no more drama than this situation right here. We're going to be up against. It's going to be a one-on-one with the goalie, a 1-on-1 with each forward. And the key here is to hit the ball between the uprights. Well, we'll come back to you right after a break, and we'll be lining up the top 5 kickers from each team.
Pivot Sports, for the real sport.
You get the taste of satisfaction. Hollybrook Satisfaction. We're proud to say it's the Meridian way. That's Hollybrook Satisfaction. It's for one and all. It's for fun and cheer. The taste of satisfaction is here. Taste of satisfaction.
This November, there's only one place to see the biggest movies, the brightest stars, the best originals. Only one place to watch the best concerts, the boldest contenders, the biggest events. Only one place that guarantees you a new movie every Saturday night. And only one place to call for 5 great choices of HBO. Multi-channel HBO, simply the best.
We're transforming your world with the electronic superhighway. And only Comcast puts you in the fast lane. Comcast Superhighway, where fiber optics create a streaming, teeming beam of entertainment. Full of laughter, tears, knowledge, cheers. Active TV today, interactive TV right around the next curve. The electronic superhighway, and only Comcast puts you in the fast lane.
We've got we've already made the first kick, and the keeper for Middle Tennessee has stopped the first goal. Now we're now Mississippi State will try to stop JP. Now this is an 80% shot. He eight out of 10 times he should make this goal, David. JP, I didn't have any doubt but that his would be in there. He was going to be one of those 8, David. Although in the World Cup we saw people miss that net. So at this point, Middle Tennessee is 1 up. It's 1-0 in the penalty kicks. This makes it 2-1. Mississippi State. 2-1 Middle Tennessee. John Lawrence now is getting ready. And in the net, same spot as JP. The 2 control players, same position. No hope for that keeper to stop that ball. 2 up.
Okay, we could. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get a replay. Let's try after this kick to get queued up right for a replay. Maybe we can get the thing quick, because by the time the man walks down from the other end, if we go right back to it, we should be able to be real close. Because it takes a minute for the players to walk back from one end. We just know that we're going to it. Let's see if we can see it. And he got it, and let's look at that again.
Now it's 3-2. Middle Tennessee over Mississippi State.
Takes a minute for them to set up, so we'll watch this.
Mississippi State needs to make this one. Mississippi State's going to have to stop a goal to stay in this thing. Lots of suspense here.
Chris Graham will be taking the kick for Mississippi State. Chuck, this is as quiet as it's been all night. I think I can hear him breathing on the middle of the field.
Well, David, that makes it really tough now for Mississippi State. We've missed 2 of our opportunities. Normally that'll put you out. The Mississippi State keeper has got his hands full now. We need him to stop 2 of these shots. And the confidence now lies with Middle Tennessee.
Eric Shelton, we've seen him fantastic on defense, is going to be their next kicker.
This ball game is history, David.
Well, I think we've got 2 more kicks to go. They can tie it up. If Mississippi State does not make this kick, it's over with, and we will stop the proceedings from the penalty kicks. Mississippi State will have to make their next 2 kicks to tie it. If they miss this, there's no way to tie it, so there's no reason to continue. So we're going to see our kicker. We'll put it in there.
Mississippi State holds on.
Now, this one, if this ball is made by Tennessee, then it's over with.
It's over.
There is no way for them to catch up.
That's right.
Right now, the score is Mississippi State 3, Middle Tennessee State University 4.
Ball game's over.
And that's our ball game. David Compton and Chuck Sanders in Meridian, Mississippi, where we've just watched Middle Tennessee State University defeat the Mississippi State University Bulldogs with kicks from the penalty spot, and the score of 4-3. And Middle Tennessee is our winner.